Hello there and welcome back to another video, except in this one I'm going to finally be reading one of the Oleg's poem. This is a poem told from the Oleg's point of view, and it's: you think I like the strippedness, gallivanting all night without skin, burning myself out like cane fire, like cane fire. I'll just start off and maybe try not to make mistakes. You think I like this strippedness, gallivanting all night without skin, burning myself out like cane fire, to frighten the foolish. And for what? A few drops of baby blood? You think I would rather take my blood seasoned in fat, black pudding like everyone else? And don't even talk about the pain of salt and having to bend these old bone down to count 1,000 grains of rice. If only babies didn't smell so nice. And if I could only stop, hearing the soft, soft call of that pure blood running in new veins, singing the sweet song of life, tempting an old dry-up woman who'd been holding her final note for years and years, afraid of the dying hum. Then again, if I didn't fly and come to that fresh pulse in the middle of the night, how would you, mother, name your ancient dream? And who to blame for the murder inside your head? Believe me, as long as it have women giving birth, a poor Oleg like me can never dead. Okay, that one's a bit creepy and scary. That was told by Mark McWalt, and that was a pretty nice poem. There's some others that I'm gonna look for them right now. There are many poems about Oleg that you can find online, and from what I grew up, it's in the Guyanese culture. So this is another one, Oleg, old woman with the wrinkled skin. Okay, this one is a bit hard for me. Okay, I'm gonna try. Old woman with the wrinkled skin, let the Oleg walk begin. Put on your fierce disguise, old woman with the weary eye. Shield your swizzly skin, ball of fire, rise up high. Rise up till you touch the sky, lamp and top somebody's roof. Trips in through the keyhole, poof. Open your Oleg eye, find the baby weary lie. Change back faster than the eye, find the baby, lift the sheet, make the puncture with your teeth. Suck the baby dry, before you wake and start to cry. Change back fast and out you fly. Find the zombie with you skin, make this semi-dodge, then in. Grind your Oleg grin. Sorry, I gotta scroll down some more. So, grind the Oleg grin, in your dirty powder gong. Next day, school children flock you round. Oleg, them hollering out. Take it easy, hold your mouth. Don't let them find out. They're gonna mark up with a chalk everywhere you can walk. You braid your door, you jowsy, I don't know what is it, jowsy, but cross the mark and let them see, else they might spread the talk. Next night, you can just do the same, wrap up in your ball of flame. To find and suck another child, but take care, rumors spread wild, and people know your name. Fly across the windowsill. Why this baby lying so still? Lift the sheet like how you does do. Oh gosh, this baby night gone blue. Run for the windowsill. Woman, you gonna run or not? Don't mind the rice near the cot. The smell of okay, I really can't pronounce that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try. The smell of as fetus. The smell of a fetus. Let them take effect on you. You want get catch or not or what? Sorry, not or not or what? I still gotta scroll down some more. Gosh, this one's long. You want get catch or what? But now it's too late for advice, cause you don't start to count the rice. And if you only drop one grain, you must begin it all again. But you can count in vain. What I tell you. They done light and rice still mountain. Till they wake and catch you counting, and pick up the fat cabbage broom and beat you all round the room. Is now you should start counting. Wax, ply. You can pay for your sins before you die. She lash you across your head. You suck me baby till I'm dead. Wax, pie. You feel the malcone cross your hip. Beat she till blood start to drip. Oh my God, you broke my hip. Done now, all you done. Is what you saying there, you witch? Done? Look how you beat the bitch. Wax, ply, that you witch die. Wax, ply. Okay, that one was a bit funny. I think I've read this one when I was small. This one was long. This was done by McAndrew, Wordsworth. So maybe you can check that out and read it much better than what I did. For those of you who don't know some of the words mentioned, Huige, Oleg, Higue, a witch who sheds her skin at night, and she usually feeds on babies. Zombie is Our words for a ghost is a jambi in Guyana. Goby, the calabash, it's a fruit whose outer shell is hard and woody, and then when it's dry, it's often used as a container to store things, like a bowl to dip water. And you can basically just research this. Catch. You're going to notice some words are going to be spelled different in these poems. They're all Caribbean poems, so you're going to notice a lot of difference in it. And English isn't really one of the bigger side of it. I'm going to read another one. I'm looking for another one. There was one when I was little, but I just can't find it. Oh, we've read this one before. Oleg. Oh, this one's on Wattpad though. Yeah, so you can get Oleg stories on Wattpad apparently. Yay. I'm still looking. Let's see what we can have. I used to love these Oleg stories. I used to love all the scary stories. So, it's been a while since I've posted much, and just basically been doing nothing at all. Place has been very boring. I've been trying to come up with a character of my own, but hasn't been going well. I went the next poem on Oleg, but instead I got a story and I'm not going to read it. Oleg is also known as Fire Ass. So, I can tell you one that my mom told me when I was little. So I was too young to remember this. Apparently I was a few days old. And there was this woman in Good Fortune who used to sell vegetables. And she came a little late at the night when my family was downstairs. And one of my older cousins brought me down. I was upstairs with her. And apparently they got angry because they said this woman was Oleg. And they said she was staring at me. And so that night, well, I don't know what's with the blue nightgown. They said they put me one and they put rice outside the door. I don't know why they didn't put it inside. And they said the next morning they saw the woman in the yard and she got a handful of rice. And she went going to leave. I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe it was just told as a joke. But there was another one my dad told me. It's about him. So my dad had polio when he was little and he was in the hospital for quite some time. So the parents, there were other kids in the hospital and the parents used to give them money and they'd save this money up. At night time when the nurse was going on their lunch break, they would give the nurse the money to buy them stuff. And some of the nurses left for the lunch break and they were supposed to be in bed, but they were waiting near the door so the nurse could bring back their snacks, nuts and fruits and stuff like that. And he said that there was this washroom at the back of the washroom, the last washroom, the stall, it didn't have a window on it, it just had a big hole there. And he said they were waiting around when one of the older Amerindian guy that was with them, he decided that he was going to go in the washroom. They said that he would smoke, but he wouldn't state what the guy would smoke. Now that I'm older, I pretty much know what he meant by that. So he said the guy would go in there and smoke, and they said that they were smelling it, but they weren't doing anything. They were just waiting for the nurses to come back, and that. But then they heard a noise, and they saw this bright light coming from inside that area. And instead of going to see what was wrong, they just rushed back to their bed and went to sleep. They said the next morning when they were asking about their friend, they found out that he had passed away that night and that he had a bunch of bite marks all over his skin. And the nurses, they were asking them if they knew what happened, that they found this guy in the washroom. He said that they said they didn't know what happened, but on their way for breakfast, they would have to pass this old woman who would be sitting on the ground and she would be begging for food or money. They said that they saw people chasing her from there, that she was an Oleg. So in all honesty, I don't know if it's real or not, but a lot of people believe, well, they used to believe that it was real, but I think it was just a scary campfire story. It doesn't necessarily have to be real. I mean, you could think whatever you want about it. So there, I completed my end on the Oleg story. Maybe I can think of another mythical Guyanese creature that could be about. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. Oh wait, I do know some mermaid stories that my cousin used to tell me, but I would like to tell you a little bit about this drawing. This is one of my this is about to be one of my favorite characters. She is a witch or a sorcerer, and what she does, she has a garden full of human parts. She is not evil. She does not kill people for these parts. She can create them on her own with plants. She has found a way to have plants grow organs. So far, I've completed eyes and some ears and noses and lips, and then there's the heart. And I'm going to be working on the kidney and liver and other stuff to put into this garden. Anyway, she is apparently immortal. I'm still not finished with her storyline, but I do know that, in the story, I'm going to put it as she had her garden open for everyone, but apparently people became greedy, so they tried thieving from her garden. You couldn't take more than what you needed, but people started thieving from her garden to sell back, and when she found out about it, she sealed her garden off from people, and she doesn't let anyone in again. So I'm going to start the story with that, and maybe I can update it every time I've completed drawing with her at different sections of her garden. But those are the eyes that I'm currently putting in. Creepy little things. Let's see, what more can we talk about? We have got a lot of time to kill right now. I've made this video a long video with nothing more to talk about. I'm currently working on drawing body parts. I was trying pastel this morning. I have a Crayola pastel kit, and it went horrible. How do people draw with those things? They're like menace. I even have another one, basic all pastel 12 in a kit. And to be honest, the crayons did a better job than my pastel. Well, I don't even know what I was doing. I'm a bit sleepy right now. My markers are going a bit dry. Oh, I made a mistake in this one. So I thought I was videoing, but apparently the video stopped, and I didn't know, so I finished out everywhere in green, and I had no idea I stopped videoing. So that was a real bummer. And just some other things in between. Right now my mouth is hurting. I don't think I've ever spoken this much in a long while. Anyway, I was going to tell you about a mermaid story. So there's this saying that if you see a mermaid sitting on a rock combing her hair, as soon as she leaves, stay and watch. When she leaves, go and look for the comb. If you find the comb, as long as you're holding it, you can ask for 3 wishes. However, you should when you get to your second wish, don't ask for the 3rd wish. Just throw the comb back into the water and leave. They say that if you ask for the 3rd wish, when you receive that 3rd wish, she's gonna kill you. So the story goes that this guy, he was a fisherman, and he was very angry with his life. He has a wife who always nagged at him. He didn't enjoy much in life anymore, and so one day he went out to go fishing, and he heard a lovely voice singing. When he got near, he didn't saw anyone, but he saw this beautiful comb decorated with jewels sitting there on top of the shore. So he picked it up. He didn't think much about it until the next night while he was out fishing again. He heard someone calling. He then looked over into the water, where he saw this beautiful woman resting at the side of his boat. And she asked him for her comb back, but she said that she could grant him 3 wishes if he chose not to return the comb. But at the end of the 3 wishes, he would have to. So he decided he was going to take the 3 wishes. I don't think that's what it's been years since I've heard this story. She asked for the comb, but because the comb was so nicely decorated, he didn't want to return it to her. So I'm trying to remember this. He told her that she needed to give him 3 wishes, and he is going to give her back the comb at the end of the 3 wishes. So she agreed. And the 1st wish, he wished for all the money in the world. It was granted, so he didn't know if she was telling the truth. He told her that he was going to go home, and if she told him the truth, he was going to come back and make his other wish. He went home, and she didn't see him back until the next night. When he got back, he was well dressed, and he wasn't in the old boat anymore. He had a new boat now. So she asked him how was his wish, if he enjoyed what he had. He said yes, he enjoys what he has, but he doesn't like his wife anymore. She's nagging at him, and now that he has all the money in the world, he doesn't think she's pretty enough to be his wife. So he asked for a much more beautiful wife. And the woman agreed, the mermaid. She said, very well, your wish is granted. So he said that he was going to go home and check it, and if she told him the truth, he was going to come back the next day. He didn't come back the next day. He didn't come back the day after. Finally, when he did come back, he was driving a much nicer boat, and he was looking much different than he did before. And the mermaid asked him what happened. He said he has a beautiful wife now, but she didn't think he was handsome enough to be her husband. So he had to change a lot of stuff about himself. He had to get his teeth fixed, he had to start exercising, and he had to do so much things that when he had his old wife, he didn't have to do so much things. So then he made his final wish, and for that wish, he said he wished he was the president of the world. Now, the mermaid exclaimed, how was she going to do this? He then dangled the comb over her and asked her if she wanted her comb back. She asked him why he wanted to be the president, and he said if he were the president, no one would tell him what to do, not even his wife. So she granted him the wish. As the final wish was made, an evil smile went upon the mermaid's face as he dropped the comb back into the water. As soon as the comb touched the water, she leaped out of the water and onto him, dragging him into the water, down to the depths of the ocean floor with her, and he was never to be seen again by anyone. Come to think about it, that was a pretty messed up story to tell a kid. It kind of really was, but that was one of the bedtime stories, and there are many, many more weird, scary stories to tell. Oh look, that took up a lot of time. Maybe next time I'll tell you another scary story. I think we have time for one more. one more that was told at bedtime, and this one was told right in our house, and it is called the White Lady. I don't think anything bad about it. She's not called the White Lady because her skin, her skin is pale, not white, but it's not because of that, it's because of the dress. So she's been said to be wearing a wedding dress, and she was actually just a story told to keep us out of the attic. But she's wearing a wedding dress, and on her wedding day, notice they weren't playing hide and seek. Her husband left her, and she went up to the attic and cried, and she passed away up there. Now people thought she decided to go look for her husband. No one knew that she was up there all the time. So they went and they were looking, and they just couldn't find her. Until many years after, some other people are buying the house, and my cousin told us it was when they were buying the house. This story is not true. It was just told to scare us, not to go into the attic, because the attic has bats and a lot of creepy stuff up there, and there were a lot of spiders and God knows what up there, so it's not a true story. It was just told to scare us. She told us that when they bought the house, they had to go clean out the attic, and when they went up there to clean out the attic, they saw that her skeleton was up there, and that she haunts this house that was hers, and that if we go up there, she's going to catch us, and we're going to have to stay up there with her for the rest of our lives. We were kids, so we believed it, and we would not go near that attic, and every time we heard a noise, we would say it's the White Lady. We don't know why we call her the White Lady. I guess it was the wedding dress part. But then there was this, we kept it around, and then there's even some more few characters added to it, like Kurt. That's Regina's character. My character is, well, the name's not Nick, I can't pronounce the name, so we're gonna call him N. N is my character, who is a guy who used to work on a circus, whose father killed him, don't know the reason why, but his dad just killed him, and now he haunts Earth. He walks Earth alone, and he haunts people because he's jealous that they're alive and he's not. I don't know where I came up with that one from, but I did. We created weird stuff all the time. Anyway, so we were staying in by my aunt's room. We were upstairs and we were supposed to be sleeping. I'm not saying name. S was supposed to, well, we didn't know she was coming over. She came over, and we were using Snapchat in the room, and a face appeared, you know, the filter? Well, the filter made out a face behind us, and we started with, oh, the scary story, and then we brought it back, the White Lady, and was like, oh, it's probably the White Lady. She came to see what we were doing, and no, maybe it's Carter, no, maybe it's N. We just started coming up with crazy things on who that face could have probably belonged to, even though it could have just been a glitch. But that was something we did all the time. We'd come up with crazy characters. For example, my boy name would have been Nicholas. Don't ask how we got that name, but it's Nicholas. And the other one would be Mikey. I just realized I can call him by the make-believe name, but then the S doesn't have a make-believe name. Oh wait, it was Malia. When Barbie and the Mermaid Tale had just came out, we used to pretend we were mermaids or lions or something like that, and her name would always be Merlia. She always had to be Barbie. You know, we'd let her have her way because she's the youngest. Staying by Merlia's place, one of the ceiling tiles was missing, and that was in her room. And she has a double bunk bed, so sometime I would go up there, and if you sleep up there, that means when you open your eyes, you're going to look right into that open space. And you never know, maybe you could see something staring back at you, maybe you won't. It could probably just be little parts of our imagination scaring the crap out of us, but it was scary to just look up there and see something like that. Oh, The Crooked Man. We had just watched The Crooked Man, and we were singing the poem inside her room. I had just taken a shower and I was changing, and we were singing the poem when all of a sudden the lights went out and the bedroom door slammed in and we started screaming, but it can be rationally explained. We got blackout at the same time, and her brother pulled her door in. Rationally explained. Nothing creepy going on there. Nothing at all. Well, the video is not coming to an end. I'm just getting a bit sleepy, and I don't know if I'm going to be making a next video for tomorrow. I want to do a craft video. I'm not sure about that as yet. I did like the results I got with the basket flower thingy. I have to make another one of those. I'm not sure if I'm going to be making a video while making another one, but I know I will be making another one. There's this card that I want to make with some other stuff. There's this paper heart that I like making, but I'll be making something for, I don't know, there's nothing nice coming up. We're smacked up in a time of no holiday, nothing. I can maybe check to see if there are any nice holidays coming up. I mean, we're far away from Diwali. I don't know how much of you celebrate that. For anyone who does, I like that holiday a lot. I have a painting somewhere around here that I did last year, Deepavali. So I'm checking for holidays in Guyana. Holidays in Guyana 2020. And we finished New Year's, Republic Day, Tagwa, also known as Holy, Good Friday, Easter Monday. Those are finished. Labor Day is gone. Indian Arrival Day gone. Independence Day gone. Karikam Day. is not gone as yet. That is in July the 6th. Idu, sorry, I can't pronounce that. It's a Muslim holiday. That's going to be the 30th or the 31st, not exactly sure. In July, then there's Emancipation Day on the 1st of August. I did not know we have something called the Prophet's birthday. I have no idea who that is. But that's in October. Then my favorite holiday, Deepavali or Diwali, that's on Saturday the 14th of November. Christmas Day. Christmas is like one of the best times of the year. I don't know what about it that I like, but I just like that. And Boxing Day, and that's it for holidays left in this country. So I'm gonna be trying to do something for Karikam Day. Maybe I can tell you a bit more about Karikam Day in this video or the next video. And this video is coming to an end, maybe 4 more minutes or 2 more minutes, I'm not sure. Remember I told you about a mistake I made, so it's hard to tell. And getting more sleepier. So in the next video I will tell you about Karikam Day and what I plan to do for that holiday. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of this video as it comes to an end, and maybe do some research about Olags on your own. Take care, have fun, stay safe in quarantine, and just remember to have fun. The video is not finished yet. It has like 4 more minutes or 3 or maybe 2. But just enjoy the rest of this coloring. And that I'm just realizing there's some spots that I could have done different, but I'm not gonna even go back and try to do them different. Anyway, just enjoy the rest of this video and have fun and be safe. Oh, and maybe like and subscribe if you can. I'm not begging or anything, just if you can, if you like the video. Actually, no, I don't want to end the video in silence, so I'm going to try to look for Karikam Day. You can look it up yourself, because I'm probably going to take my slow time to look it up. Now I feel definitely stupid because I did this in primary school. Karikam Day is a public holiday in Guyana observed on the first Monday in July each year. The day marks the signing of the Treaty of Charugama on the day in 1793. The treaty established the Caribbean Community and Common Market, which would go on to become Caribbean Community Karikam. So that's a little bit information on Karikam. I still don't know what drawing I'm going to do. I think one of the best drawings to do is maybe draw each of the countries that form Karikam in some of their clothing that's native to that specific area. Some of the countries that are in this treaty are, well, obviously Guyana, but then there's Barbados, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago. Those are the founding members. I think now we have Antigua and Barbados, Belize, Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, the Bahamas, Haiti, Suriname. There's also Colombia. Wait, really? I didn't even know we had Mexico. That's something new. Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Aruba, the British Virgin Islands. I did not know that. Oh, there's a lot of stuff I did not know. See, it is wonderful to continue reading. It helps keep your mind nice and awake. Someone commented, Karikam makes no sense. It needs a lot of work. That is mean. That is very mean. I would have them know that these Karikam countries, if you are from one of them, you do not need a visa to travel to the other. You can simply travel, buy a plane ticket and travel. So that is me. They do serve a purpose. If I want to come to the United States, I need a visa. Anyway, have fun. Bye. Enjoy the rest of this video.